Joining me now, Republican from Arizona, Congressman Andy Biggs. Congressman, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Charles. Good to be with you.
So the vote, 232 Democrats, yay, 2 nays, all Republicans, 196 saying no. And many are pointing to that as a victory for Scalise and saying that, that already the Democrats have made a huge mistake because this is obviously a partisan issue when historically these things have been bipartisan.
No, that's exactly right. And the part of the error that Ms. Pelosi made is that she should have had this vote not weeks ago, but months ago, when Jerry Nadler said he was going to open up an impeachment inquiry. So instead of taking it to the floor and having a vote and trying to deal with it on a bipartisan fashion, it was always partisan. And they started, let's just be honest here, you have a group of people that were elected in the midterms that were elected for the specific purpose that they said they wanted to impeach this president. So they kind of put the bipartisanship right out the window, quite frankly.
The resolution itself, what is it that Republicans find so offensive about it when Nancy Pelosi is saying this actually opens the process up to the general public?
Well, Ms. Pelosi's not telling you the truth there, because if that were the case, then Adam Schiff wouldn't have had 3 days of closed-door hearings today and have a whole week's worth of closed-door hearings scheduled for next week. But what else is going on is if Republicans want to subpoena witnesses, we can do it, provided Adam Schiff gives the okay. If the President's counsel wants to be there, as in the Clinton and the Nixon impeachments, that's okay too, provided Adam Schiff wants it to be there. In other words, and she's also moving the Foreign Affairs Committee members and the Oversight Committee members out of the process. It's now going intel. It's down in that bunker. It's going to stay in that bunker. They're still not going to let me have transcripts or any other member of Congress. They're not going to let you have them. You're not going to get them out of the media. That's not transparent. That's not open. And when she says she didn't know what the Republicans are afraid of, well, how about this? We're only afraid of you manipulating things that aren't true. We want the truth to come out. Right. We just want it to be transparent.
A lot of Republican voters are pretty frustrated, though, with the Republican Party, wondering if you all have done enough to push back. What exactly is the game plan here?
Well, we continue to push back. We've done everything from, we've followed every rule, et cetera. Well, what I would tell you that needs to happen is people who are in that committee, in my opinion, they need to do what Adam Schiff does. Come out and just tell us what the witnesses are saying, because Adam Schiff doesn't seem to feel bound to hold these things sacred and secret. And so we don't get that truth. But I will tell you, what happened today, for instance, is a great example. Morrison comes out of that deposition, and he says, guess what? I wasn't concerned about whether there was something illegal in that phone conversation. And by the way, the transcript looks accurate to me. Well, that kind of undercuts virtually 5 weeks of testimony and leaking gone on by the Democrats.
Well, hopefully, sir, we can get to the answers sooner rather than later. Congressman Biggs, always appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.